Hi there guys, how's it going? This is Matt here, and as the title of the video suggests, it has now been 2 years since I first started playing Airport City. Wow, it really doesn't feel like 2 years, but it has, because I remember it being just when I was starting to build up my city. About a fortnight, 3 weeks later, the Halloween event came out, and so it has actually been 2 years since I started playing. It's not been 2 years since I've been playing Free to Fly, because when I first originally started playing, it was actually the original Airport City, the very first one, that I actually started playing, which was a good game, but needed a lot of improvements. And then they decided to release Airport City Free to Fly. I didn't transfer, I stayed on the same one. And then they decided to shut down the first Airport City, the number one. But they transferred everyone's cities over from the original Airport City to Airport City Free to Fly, and I was able to carry on building up. So essentially, it's been 2 years since I first started landing propeller planes on tiny little runways. This is the city on my personal account. This has taken 2 years to build, but here I am. First things first, you will look at the size and you're probably going to think, oh my god, he's bought the game, things like that. That is a lie. I have not bought anything from this game. I have not paid any of my real cash in this game ever. That is complete truth. So you're probably thinking, well, how the F did he get this land then? Well, basically, it is all thanks to Game Insight and their Airport City free-to-fly Let's Play competition that they are running on Facebook. Basically, they run a Let's Play competition, and you can post your videos onto their pictures that they post on their timeline. You post your videos, and if they like it, they share it, and you get 30 airport cash as a prize. Which is amazing, and so I've been posting quite a lot of my content, all these guides and things like that I've been making. I've been posting my content onto their page, and they seem to like it because they've been sharing my vids, and hey presto, I've been getting airport cash like that, which is fantastic. In addition, if they, because they get quite a few videos, so it can be they sort of hold the competition, and as an extra competition, basically every week, so every Monday, because they judge a week to be Monday to Monday, every week they pick the person who has made the best content, and they announce them as the overall winner, and that winner gets 300 airport cash, which is absolutely amazing, and I've been lucky enough to win it twice. So I thank Game Insight, I thank Airport City, and I thank you guys for watching my videos and things like that, and it's been fantastic so far, and this has enabled me to build up this mammoth. It's not overly big. I mean, there are some people who have built some truly magnificent cities that are, they've basically unlocked the entire map and things like that, and it's amazing, like all the skyscrapers left, right and centre and things like that. It's quite something else. So I've not got to that stage yet, but the stage that I have actually reached is I'm currently sort of looking at transferring into the new level 6 things that Airport City have released recently. I've recently built this level 6 runway, and at the moment I'm currently saving up for a level 6 hangar in order to get a Falcon plane. I'm making a little bit of a jump, because if I have a look at my sort of planes over here, at the moment I'm flying Deltas. I do actually own jumbo planes, as you can see over here. I own 3 of them. But I've not yet bought the giant planes. I'm sort of making a bit of a jump straight into the Falcon here, which is a bit strange, you could say. But eventually I will get to a couple of giants, and I'll start sort of, I'll actually own all of the planes that exist in the game, except of course for the propeller plane, which I have long ditched. So I'm just, whilst I'm doing this, I'm just like getting a bunch of, oh, am I going to complete a mission here? No, I'm not, but I'm currently carrying out the guest plane mission for the Falcon, because I've recently been able to do it. So in 2 years, how much has the game progressed? Well, it's progressed quite a lot. They've added, I feel like they've added more content to the game in recent months than they ever did back in the old days. I mean, I imagine that the reason behind that is because like they were actually spending a lot of time developing Free to Fly and not actually adding new content to the old game, because they were so busy building a new one. So I reckon that took a while, and sort of maybe in the past couple of months or so, they added more levels to the game. Originally, it reached to level 50, and the giant plane was the largest plane you could get. They added level 55, they went up to level 55, and they added in the brand new planes, Vulcan planes and things like that, and they've since added 5 more levels to take you up to level 60, and they've recently created these oil refineries, which allow you to increase the what's the actual increases the maximum fuel supply that you can have. They've recently added those into the game, as well as a couple of like little tweaks and twerks and a few sort of modifications to the game that have made it a little bit more enjoyable and things like that. So this is 2 years of work. It's been a long time. This is my personal profile. This is not the airport that I've been building up on YouTube. That's a completely different airport. But this is my personal one that I've been building up. It has taken, as you know, it's taken a whole 2 years, but I have reached this point. And I still feel like this game has a lot to offer. I mean, I'm still transitioning a little bit into level 6. I've still got massive plans, as you can see. There's a lot of gaps over here. I know exactly what I want to build in these gaps. I've still got a lot of plans for all this space over here. And of course, thanks to the Let's Play competition, I still have quite a bit of airport cash, so I'm able to expand as and when I want to. I still have a lot of stars to pick up, as you can see. I've only got 92 over here, while some of these people are like in the hundreds, 200s, even the 500s over here. So there's still a lot for me to achieve in this game. And that's one of the things I like about it. A lot of people complain that it's slow, but at the same time, because it's slow, it means that you always have something that you are looking to achieve. You've got something to save up for. And I think that that's a very good aspect of this game. I think Game Insight have done that really well. Some things, perhaps, yeah, they could improve. I mean, I'm a massive fanatic of this game, but there's a lot of people who sort of suggest that maybe breakdowns should be made a little bit less frequent and things like that. I hope that they continue adding more levels and more content and new buildings, because really and truthfully, this game can be made into a bit of a badass game if they really wanted it to. And I think that Game Insight do have the capability to do that. They do have a lot of games, and I think that they could add a lot of things to this. One thing I would love to see is a bit of a makeover on some of the buildings. They recently did it to the Alien Legacy. They did it to the bowling. They did it to the History Museum. They did it to the Aviation Museum. But I reckon they could do it with a lot of the other buildings as well, like just make it a little bit sharper, a little bit of extra detail would be really quite cool, I reckon. So there's a few sort of light modifications to the buildings that they could potentially make. A lot of things do cost a lot of coins, like for instance the terminal is 400,000, my current control tower would cost 500,000, the oil refinery is 200,000, the town hall 540. It's a lot of coins to save up, and I reckon they could possibly do something to maybe facilitate the ability to get more coins. One of the things I would like to see them do is to make guest planes a little bit more frequent and maybe a bit more worthwhile. Because at the moment they're sort of you're just waiting too long for these things. They don't really yield all that much in the way of profit or anything like that. So people can't really be asked to sit around really and sort of land these guest planes, things like that. They tried to do it. They tried to make people do it when they introduced the missions for guest planes. There were new missions that were saying land this certain plane until you get, and you could complete the collections and trade them in for cash. They did try to do it, but I don't think it worked on the level that they were hoping for. So I think they've got to do something else in terms of the guest planes and things like that. Make people play the game for a little bit longer than they otherwise do. Because I do feel like some people, they come onto the game, they collect their planes, they collect their money, they collect their fuel, they send their planes back out, and that's it. It's done. There's nothing else you can do other than sit around and land guest planes. So maybe they need to add something else that keeps people hooked a little bit more. It might help people to save up easier as well. I reckon that'd be a good idea. I reckon there's quite a lot that they could still do to this game, but whether they actually do it in any time soon or anything like that, whether they will listen to people's feedback or anything like that, I have no idea. So there we go then. That's pretty much the tour of my city. In other news, I would like to do some streaming of this game at some point. I'm thinking about hosting a Q&A session. Basically, I will just sit here on my city right here. I'll just land guest planes, things like that. And then you guys, the viewers, if you want to drop by, if you've got a question, if you've got a suggestion or a game tip, or something that you would like to put to me, maybe something that I have missed, or maybe a suggestion for the guides, or whatever it is, I'd like you guys to come along to that and just post your question, and we'll see what we can do. I'm hoping to possibly get Game Insight on board with this. I have been messaging them because they've been in contact with me quite a bit with regards to my Let's Play competition. I would like to get them on board for a proper Q&A session, which I think would be absolutely awesome. So if I can get them on board and things like that, I was sort of thinking maybe you guys could ask your questions. If I don't know the answer, I can put the question to Game Insight themselves, and they can give me an answer, and I can bring that back to you guys or whatever like that or something. Maybe get more involved with this game, because I do love this game. It is a great game. It is the best airport simulator that I have found on the net. Even the original Airport City was pretty good, but they did make a lot of improvements when Free to Fly came out. It was a lot better. For instance, turboprop flights, all of them only require one pilot now. In the past, Malta, Cape Canaveral, and all this required two pilots and lasted for, I think it was 3. I can't remember how long these flights were. I think it was something like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. And then all the jet flights were 8 hours as opposed to just 3. And it was really quite long and difficult. But they really did improve that when they made Free to Fly. But there we go then, so that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of a talk. I'll keep you posted as to whether or not I can get this Q&A session thing going. And I'll keep the guides coming out as well. But for now, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, comments, please drop them down below. And if you like Airport City Free to Fly, please feel free to subscribe. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more from myself, Mando Tomato. Thanks for watching, guys.